I'm Christy Hartman. Welcome back to my channel. This is part 2 of the Halloween Accordion Booklet. We'll be stamping and coloring some of the characters on our book using the zombie kitty, which is available from pmartiststudio, as well as a couple stamps that are really no longer available. But if you like them, and if you're interested, I could develop them for pmartiststudio sometime in the future. I'm trying to give you alternatives to using paint, which I seem to use frequently. We'll be using my Neocolor 2 crayons. We're going to use some shrink plastic with these, and I'm going to show you some tricks with shrink plastic. Let's get started. I've done most of my stamping on this Yasutomo sketch paper, but I stamped my zombie kitty, and I'm going to stamp this little guy, which is no longer available, unfortunately. If you like him, I own the copyright, so it's not a problem for me to look into seeing if Mariah MP would be interested in this little guy. Another one that I'm going to stamp, which is a little Frankenstein. And if you like him, let me know. We'll see about turning him into a stamp next year. I'm going to use, again, these Neocolor 2 water-soluble crayons. I like the tombstone. That's not dry, but I thought we could go ahead while this dries and work on our little Frankenstein. So let's start with, I think this is burnt sienna. Oh, and it's russet, but it's basically burnt sienna. And let's come in with a little bit of white just on the eyeglasses. I thought I would use this, my Versamarker. Yeah, that'll be cute. we're going to put together a tag for our accordion fold book. And that tag is going to go right here. I took a piece of the strips that I had altered, and I've cut it to size, and I'm going to turn this into a pocket. That should work just fine. And this is one of the tags that I altered when I was altering scrapbooking papers in a previous video. We're going to put this little guy on this tag, but before we put it on here, we're going to add some feature stripes. Now the other thing I did, and this is why I say keep your scraps. This was actually a scrap that I did when I worked on a blue and gold envelope book. And I love this side. Look at how pretty that is. That's going to go right here. And then this was a piece of copper paper that I've been using on this book. When I save my scraps, I save them in baggies like this. And you can see in here are all these little parts and pieces from various projects that I've worked on. And I will honestly tell you, I probably have 6 of these baggies full of scraps that when I start a project, I go look for. That looks pretty cute. Let's ink the edges. I've been using scorched timber to ink my edges. Let's put it in here. We see a hint of the tag. You open it up, there it is. The tag can come out. Cute. I also put a copper grommet on it. I have a little zombie cat I'm planning to put on this page. I have 2 circles that I cut out. This is a piece of cardstock that I used to paint my trucks with in a previous video. And I held on to it because I thought it was kind of cool. We are going to ink up the edges. This little piece is going to go over the top of this, and our cat's going to go across the top of all of these. But I'm going to put this on first. I'm going to try stamping with these Coliro watercolors using this stamp, which is a pmartiststudio stamp from Carrie Griffiths, and this is bubble wrap. I'll link it for you in the description. I'm using Indian Summer too, by the way. We'll glue this over the top. You did not see me color this zombie kitty. And the reason I didn't show you is because in one of my previous videos I show a lot of coloring zombie kitties. I've decided to put a bat right up here, and I may put one down here as well. I'm going to stamp it first and see how it does. And we're just going to use just this Ranger Archival stamp pad. This is a stamp by Rhonda Dona from pmartiststudio. And these, she has a set of 4 bats, and they are just adorable. But that's going to be cute because that will close like that, and we'll see that bat flying. So that's pretty cute. I've finished coloring this little guy, And I'm working on getting this front page for him. It was just a brayer off, but I kind of like it. And so I inked up the edges, tore out a little black, just a little black piece of paper. Okay, let's look at the other one. Now this one, I've got this guy. And there we have it. Let's stamp some bats here. Oh yeah, that'll be super cute, don't you think? Very cute. Let's do a quick run through of both of these little trifold. So here we have our kind of Elvis impersonator Frankenstein. This one I purposely left blank. I didn't want anything here. This one I love. I love this background. And these rondadona bats are just spectacular. This one I want left blank because I also love this background. This one, this page, we have our tag into our little bat pocket with our 3 little bats flying up and back to the front. The other one is very similar, just a slightly different color scheme. Frankenstein, empty, our portrait of our zombie kitty, empty, bat, tag, bats flying, and back to the beginning. I feel that these need something to finish them off. So I put together, this is a piece of 1/2-inch elastic. We're going to make a little belly band out of these and put a pumpkin, I think you can see that pumpkin, right here. Now of course this is way too big because this is shrink plastic. If you have never used shrink plastic, it's a lot of fun. They come in different varieties. This is the Shrinky Dinks. The first thing that I've done, and you can see it better on this side, is I sketched out with my pencil a pumpkin. We're going to use our Posca pen. I'm going to work on, I think you can see that better, I'm going to work on the smooth side. The rough side is where we'll color. I picked out 5 different pencils I'm going to use, and these are just minor Prismacolor. I'm going to start with this canary yellow, and I am coloring on the rough side. Again, we're going to color on the rough side. We're going to use some alcohol ink markers. These are Copics, and I just picked some random colors. These are the two pumpkins. What I'm going to do is I've marked where I wanted this to be placed. I put some orange thread onto a needle and I'm going to sew it on a button. Okay, so here's belly band number 1, and I've already kind of determined I'm going to put it on this one. There it will have a nice closure. I'll be doing this one off camera. I'll be back in a flash. Thank you for joining me. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Leave me a comment. I always love to hear from you. And I'll see you in my next video.